Hey everybody, this is Cycling is My Whole Life, aka Uncle Monkey. So today I'm playing Super Mario on the Game Boy. I actually owned this game when I was a young boy. I played this game in the car all the time, and I remember playing it on family trips to Mexico. I remember playing it family trips to California. There's few Game Boy games that I had, and let me tell you, I would get really good at them. So, uh, I haven't personally played this game in a really long time. But regardless of that, I still remember how the basic gameplay mechanics go. So we're gonna go ahead and go through it today and have a little bit of fun. I always tend to find that song to be a lot of fun. Um, One of the cool things here about ending on top is that it takes you to a bonus level. In the bonus level, you get to try out for 3, 1, or 2 lives and the upgrade to get fire. So we're gonna start World 1-2 here, and don't need the fire upgrade. One cool thing about this one is that the well, it's not even, I wouldn't even call it fire, but it does look like the fire flower. Is that it? You shoot like this little sphere or a little ball type thing, and then it bounces off of the surfaces, and eventually it disappears if it bounces around far enough. One of the cool things about it is it'll actually pick up coins for you. Kind of interesting how it does that. So, kind of fun. It really seems like they had a different group of developers develop this game, and then maybe even, I don't know, maybe if it was originally a different game, but it does have a lot of the aspects of the regular Super Mario Brothers. Kind of like the mushroom tops things there, and then the donuts, as I call them in Part 3 of Mario. They do have, the fire flower and the mushroom upgrade, but a lot of the same logics don't apply here. So it's kind of interesting how the game goes. One thing about this Super Mario Brothers game that's really interesting is there's a lot of secrets, and actually, for as much as I've even played this game, and for as long as I've played it for, I don't even know how to do the secrets. Like up there, all those coins, I have no idea how to get up there. And I know there's a way, there's gotta be a way, but I just never figured it out. One of these days I might go on YouTube and see someone else's playthrough that actually describes how to get up there, and then I can try it for myself. So I think that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, but yeah, this game holds a lot of value to me. Lots of things from playing it so much. Look at the little glitch I learned. You walk forward and press down over and over, and it'll actually move you forward. Then what you do is you just jump as fast as you can. Well, you don't have to jump fast, but you jump faster just to move faster. But you just keep jumping and jumping and jumping, and it'll take you to this little secret area. Normally, the only way you could get over there is if you're actually shrunken down, but I actually was very fortunate to figure out how. I play this game a lot, so I learned a lot of the tricks. One thing that's kind of interesting that I realized about older games too is they have something different between, there's like a difference between falling and between jumping down. If you jump down, you go at a slower pace, but if you walk off of a platform, he drops almost instantaneously. I've seen that too in Castlevania. It's kind of interesting how that happens. Thank you, Mario. Oh, Daisy. And then she turns into a big flying bug. Weird. Wonder who came up with this. Regardless. So, I was going to do this in a 4-part episode. World 1, World 2, World 3, and World 4. But we're already at World 2. It just seemed to me kind of like, I don't know, maybe this should have been like all one video. So, I decided to keep it all one video. Runs about 28 minutes. I'm sorry if that's too long for everybody, but it's, it saves me time to do this all together. Plus the game is fresh in my memory. I just played it earlier today, so the game is pretty fresh in my memory. Helps with keep me going on the commentary. So one thing that I noticed here is in that I didn't even think about is a lot of these levels have lots of secrets with tons of coins, and they actually have lots and lots of coins. And I was actually impressed that in the 4 worlds that you play, you get lots of lives from coins. And I guess it's a good thing because, I mean, a lot of people actually like picking up the coins and, for points and for currency, because Mario likes spending his money at the Toad Shop. So, it's actually, I think it's actually pretty cool that they put so many coins in there, just so all the fans of picking up coins can actually have coins to pick up. So, look at this. 9 coins just hanging out right there. So, here we go, another level completed. Pretty happy about that. And I missed the upgrade, so I'm gonna go for it again. And now it's personal. Now I have to actually complete the challenge here. So I'm gonna do it, even though it's gonna take me about 7 more tries. Sometimes you look at this and it's like, well, maybe I should, edit that out. But it's cool. I think I like it. It shows my ability to be able to fail and make mistakes. So makes me just as normal as everybody else, I guess. So here I really wanted that fire flower, so I made sure to count the skips in order to get it at the right time. Actually, I think, oh man, no, I guess there wasn't. I thought there was one right there. Even watching it, I thought that there was something there. I'm dancing around to the music again, waiting for the platform. Oh, I know there's something down here. Right there's actually an invisible platform, and that takes you down there. You just got to do that walk forward ducking maneuver that I did, but it's a pain because you got to do it every single time, to get through that spot down there, and it just gets kind of annoying. It takes way too long, and it's just for coins. And since Mario's not going to the store today, I don't think he needs any more coins. So it's kind of interesting, these characters that the developers come up with. Like, I mean, you get your standard Goombas, that's cool. You get your turtles, that's cool. And then the piranha flowers makes perfect sense. But like the shrimp that shoot fireballs, that's just, to me, it's just interesting. I don't understand where they were going with this. And yet again, epic fail. Oh well, can't win them all, I guess. So, of the games that I used to have on my Game Boy, I had Super Mario, I had Tetris, I had RC Pro-Am, I had Terminator 2, I had The Amazing Spider-Man. That's actually what I'm going to make a video of in the future. Also, I had Motocross Maniacs. That one was pretty cool. I used to do all right in that game. Kind of fun. But that's pretty much where I had Kung Fu as well. That was actually one of my favorite things one of my favorite pastimes was to actually play my Game Boy. So I actually got really good at those games because those are the only games that I had. So now I'm pretty lucky. I have a lot more games and I can play them for you now, and makes me happy because these games, since they're a little bit shorter, it's just about perfect. They're easier to make, and I can get my mind off of the really long, complicated videos that have to do with a lot of staring at a screen and thinking about when I'm gonna cut things out and how to make the videos the perfect length. So it's less work for me. It's actually kind of nice, and I get to have a lot of fun reminiscing about old times. So here's kind of cool. They give you like 100 blocks to shoot. That noise to me is always so funny when you hit the bosses. Meh, 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 meh. Always makes me laugh. And one thing that usually you do is you just stand on top of that block and it lets you through. But I always think it's funny to actually touch it from the front and then pass through the blocks. There we go. Whee! So that's the completion of World 3. Save Daisy yet again. Thank you, Mario. Oh, Daisy. And now she turns into an octopus. It's kind of weird. Oh well, just means that we get more game to play. Alright, 3 more lives. Could definitely use more lives. Been going through them a lot. Or not at all. Yeah, who knows, I forget. So, I never ever paid attention to the music. Like, I listened to it, of course, but you gotta think these speakers on the Game Boy were about the size of old school headset speakers. And so the music that came out of there was super terrible. And then you also got to think that that even the earbuds of back when I was a kid, I mean, they weren't like the best developed earbuds or earphones. I mean, they had some good ones, of course. They always have good ones, but specifically the ones that I got, garage sale finds if I was lucky, were always really cheesy. So the sound was terrible. But once I played this on my TV and my surround sound, I was really impressed. I was just like, wow. So I actually think it's actually a really amazing musical score for the games. That's what I like about this. A lot of the times it seems like when they made the video games, they put a lot of time, a lot of effort. They had a lot of pride in these games, and that really shows. It really shows that they really cared about what they were doing. So it looks like here that they're using the stone heads of Easter Island, and this island, its inhabitants, it's not really known why they built these statues, or specifically for other than like for what reason, like what also they use as their motivation. It's actually kind of interesting, because that's the important thing about history, is that the more you know, the more you can apply to future generations. But from my understanding is they carve these statues out of very heavy stone, and then they specifically place them wherever they place them. So that's actually kind of cool to see people motivated to work together and produce something on a large scale because of working out of unity. So pretty cool that they use that in the game. I'm not specifically sure if these are part of the subterranean caverns that can be found on the island. There's also other than volcanoes, the volcano forming the land. There's also caverns that can be found there. So I'm not sure if they're specifically using this as a reference to that as well. But either way, it's actually kind of cool that they actually reference something actually real, and keep it original, but also based off of things that you find around the world. The thing is too is also like, where do you really find caves with specific platforms like this? It's always amazing to me how the game developers just like make platforms. Like how could this world in 2D actually exist? Like what holds these platforms, like these elevators up, and what actually holds those pieces of floating platforms? Like what holds them up? It's kind of interesting. Where do the waterfalls come from? So kind of cool how they come up with these ideas and how they're so creative. My hat's off to them, because I believe that actually requires lots of skill and lots of dedication. So here, kind of cool, they're using the totem poles in the background. Now this is actually kind of cool, because even for as primitive as the Game Boy system and the Game Boy games were, it was kind of cool that they were still using backgrounds so much. So using those kind of totem poles there, and using the clouds, it's kind of cool. In a lot of games, you can tell that they didn't think that far or think that much about the game, so they didn't put backgrounds or anything like that, but just left the screen in the back pretty much white, if you'll call it white. But these games are always pretty much kind of that greenish color and black. So one of the true things here is that this game is it has a lot of the part Mario Brothers Part 3 feel, with the platforms being in the middle of the screen, having to jump up and down. Mario Brothers 1 really didn't have this, but one thing that they did use from Mario Brothers 1 is you can't actually scroll backwards, so that's actually pretty interesting. It's like I said, it's pretty amazing what they actually did with this little console here. It's incredible to me. Man, that's funny to me. So here, my goal was to just jump from rock to rock. I know that you can jump above him, but I wanted to actually take him out with the fireballs. I specifically believe that I had only one hit left, and I ended up running into a rock, so I actually had to jump on the switch, and they explode for some reason. It's kind of sad. So got 64 coins up there, reminiscent to the Nintendo 64. Always a shout out to one of my favorite systems out there. So thank you, Mario. Oh, Daisy. And she turned into a big spider. Kind of interesting. Like I said, what were they thinking with this? Where were they going with this? What was their idea behind that? Sweet, 2 more lives. Can always use more lives. 18. Now here specifically, this is where the music just blew me away. If you have your computer connected to an awesome sound system, I think that this game would be awesome to listen to through that computer system or through your surround sound. If you happen to own the game that you can play on a surround sound, you can play it through the earphone jack at the bottom of the console. I know it seems kind of weird and kind of primitive to just be plugging cables into an old system to play it, but I mean, it's amazing to me. That's cool. They use mountains in the background, and they use bamboo shafts, bamboo poles, whatever you want to call them, or just standard bamboo, I'm sure. Very cool. I'm thinking that one of my next playthroughs is gonna be another Game Boy game, because I really got into it today, playing this game. It just brought back a lot of memories, and I'll probably do Mario Brothers 2 with the 6 coins. I really like that game too, so. But I don't know. Not specifically sure. The Amazing Spider-Man one is just one that I really want to play, because I really want to show off my skill in that game. A lot of people used to complain about that game. They say they used to really struggle with it, but one thing that I can tell you is that experience is a great teacher, and just sticking with something that just being dedicated to try to achieve something will get you really far. So I actually got so good at the game that I could beat it without losing a single life, or if I did lose a single life, I strategically knew where to lose them at, so they could so I could defeat the correct bosses. I knew that if a certain point I wasn't far enough with enough lives or enough web tanks, I knew to restart the game, and I would just practice it over and over until I got really good at it. And it just made me sad that it made me sad to have games that I wasn't able to beat. So I would do whatever I could to get good at them. So that, and because I couldn't afford too many games, so I had to make sure that the ones I had, I played them to the max. Having a little fun there, bouncing that little bouncy ball in there. It's kind of interesting. I wonder how the developers chose to choose how the fireball, or the whatever you want to call it, bouncy ball thing he throws, what kind of pattern it follows. If it's gonna go left, or if it's gonna go right, where it's gonna bounce off of, where it decides when it's going to come back. It's kind of interesting how they do that. I always find it. I always take those little things for granted, like, you know, how something works, but there's got to be a code for it. You know, someone had to design it in order for it to be in the game. I mean, and then the testers had to go through with it and say, hey, this doesn't work, this does work. I mean, you would think it would be easier just to do a bouncing fireball, but it seems like with what they went with a little bit more complicated. But in the end, I think that's actually kind of cool. You know, my hat is off to them to be able to put such thought into something that really doesn't require lots of complication, I guess, if they really don't need it. So, woohoo, got an upgrade. It's kind of funny because I really don't need anything other than a mushroom here. So this is pretty much the last level here, just flying around. My sister was actually watching me finish editing this video, and she's like, wow, this music. She smiled because the music, she remembered hearing it from my Game Boy whenever I would play it in the car. So she smiled and she said that she was, this brought back a lot of memories for her too. So, proof that I played this game way too much. So one thing that's actually kind of interesting about this specific level, if you get touched by those blocks that you can't move forward on, it'll actually push you off the screen. Once you're completely off the screen, then you will lose a life. But if you just wait just long enough, it'll actually push you almost all the way off the screen, but not completely. It's actually kind of cool. One of those little glitches that, you know, it's kind of fun to do every once in a while. So here, I'm not going to brag about how good I am because it's not good to brag, but I definitely could not get all of these coins all in one go, and it's actually kind of interesting to me when you watch the people that do the tool-assisted speedruns. They actually get all the coins, or they shoot all the blocks. That's actually pretty cool. I actually admire that they actually sit down and actually play this game, even with whatever tools they use to actually get all of that. And actually, they do it. They know, I know that it's all for time, but then they, you know, go ahead and put in that extra effort just to entertain the people watching it. So I would say that if you ever watch a tool-assisted speedrun, or if you never have, give it a chance, give it a thumbs up. These people work really hard to produce entertainment for all of us. So kind of interesting here, fighting the cloud. Here, the final boss. Doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know what he's supposed to be, if he's supposed to be a little Martian, or what he's supposed to be. Looks like he's flying around in a giant vacuum cleaner with a shark fin on the top of it. Or a gumball machine or something. My sister said that I looked like I was doing really good. I did alright. I did get hit by, there at the end there, so. Oh, Daisy. Daisy. Thank you, Mario. Aww. Your quest is over. So everybody, looks like I got 193,730 points. If you can do better than me, then you're awesome, because that's a lot of points. Since we all know points matter in the world of video games. So, alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. I accept any likes that you might want to send my way. If you want to subscribe, please feel free. I will try to produce more videos here in the future for everybody. Looks like the programmer Yamamoto did a great job. Thank you, Mr. Yamamoto. Looks like the programmer T. Harada, he did pretty good himself. So give him a big shout out, thanks. The design master himself, Matsuoka. Thanks a lot too. He did a great job. Sound, Mr. H. Tanaka. Thank you. You did a really, really good job there. Very grateful for your work. Amida, whatever that means, Mr. Yamanaka. Great job. We had to put some good effort to it. the design master here, Mr. Mishimo. Thank you very much, very much appreciated there. We want to also give a special thanks to Taki. He did a really great job, helped us out a lot. Thank you very much. Izushi Nagata, we can't forget to mention Izushi and Nagata as well because they did a great job. Kano and Nishizawa, thank you as well. Very, very much appreciate all your effort. Alright everyone, thank you so much. This is the end. One cool thing about this one is the ending is kind of like Super Mario Bros. 3, where it says the end, and then if you hit the start button, it'll take you back to the beginning of the game so you can play all over again.